I'm about to tell you something you already know, but don't want to hear. The thing holding your finances back isn't a lack of knowledge. It's not a bad salary, and it's definitely not that you're just bad with money. It's the absence of a few small, boring habits. They are so boring, in fact, that you constantly put them off for later. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. Every year, especially at the beginning, we try to tackle everything at once. Health, relationships, career, finances, it all goes onto one giant to-do list. On paper, it looks productive. In practice, it leads to burnout within a few weeks. It's the same with money. So let's break down these boring money habits, the ones that actually move the needle. These aren't life hacks. These are systems that will help reduce the internal noise surrounding money, gradually build your self-confidence, and finally allow your finances to support the life you actually want to live. Wait. Before we go any further, what I'm about to share are 5 habits. They take up less than 1 hour per week. They don't require a ton of discipline. Eventually, the motivation will kick in, and you'll level up your financial literacy. If you implement even 2 of these by the end of this month, your finances will look different a year from now. Not just a little different, significantly different, but there is one habit that almost no one talks about, and it's the most important one of all. I'll reveal it at the end. So watch until the very end, or you'll only get half the picture. And before we dive into the habits, I want to say one thing I repeat constantly because it's truly vital. Financial success is 10% strategy and 90% behavior. You can earn a great living and feel like your life is in chaos. You can have a modest income and feel stable. The difference isn't in the numbers. It's in whether you regularly and honestly engage with your money. Most people simply don't do this, and it's not their fault. No one ever taught them how. Ambitious plans made once a year don't work. Repetition works. Small, boring, consistent repetition. So the first habit, which is more important than all the others, is the weekly financial review. I've been tracking my expenses every week for several years now, and I can say with full confidence, this habit has impacted my finances more than anything else. Not because it made me restrictive, though to be honest, I went through phases like that. It's because it gave me true awareness. I started to see the full picture, where the money is going and what things actually cost. Pick one day a week. Sunday morning, Friday after work, it doesn't matter, as long as it actually fits your rhythm. And every week, for 5 to 10 minutes, review your spending. This isn't to punish yourself for that extra coffee. It's to see things objectively. Because when you know where the money is going, you automatically start making better decisions. It's effortless because the awareness is already there. If you wait until the end of the month, small patterns turn into big problems. A weekly check-in allows you to course correct in time. Before you set financial goals, you need a base budget. A base budget is the actual average cost of your month. Rent, groceries, transportation, medicine, subscriptions, everything you need just to live. Plus everything else: cafes, clothes, gifts, entertainment. When you know how much your life costs, you can plan. Instead of reacting to what happened every month, you start acting ahead of time. And most importantly, you stop starting from zero every time something changes. You know that feeling when every purchase is a little internal debate? Should I buy it or not? Is it too much? Maybe I can? Habit number 2, the monthly financial review. Separate from the weekly check-in. Once a month, you sit down and look at the whole picture. Are you moving toward your goal? What changed this month? What is one thing that worked and what didn't? 15 minutes once a month, but it's a completely different level of awareness than the weekly review. The third habit is the spending rule. You decide once, and you live by that decision. The rules can be simple: one no-spend day a week, or big purchases only after 48 hours of reflection, or create your own. Try a few options and see what actually sticks, not just what looks pretty in your notes. This rule is about understanding yourself better, what matters to you, rather than what society imposes on you. Habit number 4. If you want to understand finances better, build learning into your routine instead of waiting for a long weekend or a vacation. One article, one podcast episode, a few pages of a book per week. Not a 3-day crash course after which nothing happens. Instead, maintain constant small contact with the subject. Finance requires context and time. Short-form content can inspire, but it rarely changes behavior. It's the long-form content you consume regularly that builds real understanding. A year from now, you'll be surprised at how differently you've started thinking about money. And the most important one, habit number 5, is actually about psychological habits. If the thought of money makes you want to close your laptop and go drink tea, it doesn't mean you're lazy. It means you're overwhelmed. This is where most people get stuck forever. A tangle of unresolved questions has piled up in their heads to the point where even starting feels terrifying. Here is a tool that actually helps. I call it the Overwhelm List. Take a piece of paper and write down everything hanging in your head regarding finances, everything you're thinking about: taxes, debts, savings, that thing you've needed to sort out for ages, all of it. Once it's on paper, it becomes less scary. Then, next to each item, write one specific step and how much time it will take. Most tasks take less than 20 minutes. We're just afraid to start. That's the whole secret. A sheet of paper, 5 minutes of honesty with yourself, and one small step instead of running away from the numbers. Hi, I'm Nicolina. I explore why we already know what to do, yet we still don't do it. I look at what blocks money in our heads even when all the conditions are right. All you need are a few solid habits that you repeat week after week. That is how financial confidence is built, not through motivation, which comes and goes, but through small actions that become a part of who you are. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be consistent. Let me know in the comments, which habit will you try first? Because what we make public has a much better chance of becoming a reality. See you soon.